See, I always like messing with my lightsaber. It's my lightsaber. What can I do? The light. The light. Great, great news. I mean, if you're a Star Wars Rebels fan, this you should be happy to hear what the producer said, Simon Kinberg. Kinberg? I believe it was Kinberg. Had to say. Let me read this first, and then we'll get into what this topic is about. So, recently, Star Wars Rebels producer Simon Kinberg was asked if there was a chance, if I'm squinting, I'm sorry, I can't see for shit. Was a chance that the stars from the animated series could end up with in any of the live action films. There's certainly potential for it, Kinberg said. As a fan of everything that Lucasfilm's doing, it'd be fun to see different characters pop across different stories. But the thing we're really focused on is just making sure there is a real continuity, that it is a unified universe from a story perspective, where anything that happens in Rebels is canon in the same way as the original movies or the prequels, even the Clone Wars and the movies going forward. There is just a lot of care that is taken to make sure that whatever happens in whatever different story right now is acknowledged, and that it actually feels like a coherent world or galaxy. So as we know, Billy D. Williams, Lando came in. We see C-3PO, R2-D2. We've seen Darth Vader. We've seen Ahsoka. And he continues. The idea of the characters actually popping up or transferring from the animation to live action and live action to the animation, we're obviously open to, because we have a lot of characters from the original movies and actually prequels who pop up in Rebels as substantial characters. That was true in the first season and will continue to be true in the second season. As you know, I'd say our second season is more Clone Wars, but there's a lot of characters from the original movies too, like Vader, who will be a big part of the show now. So we talked about it, and Lucasfilm folks I've never seen anything like it, where they're so good at storytelling over not just different media, but completely different worlds. So, man, as you know, this second season really it's awesome, because we're bringing the Clone Wars into Rebels. Now, I've seen Clone Wars, but I haven't watched every single season. But I know who Rex is. I know what his squad is. I know who Ahsoka is. And I am excited, man. I mean, Clone Wars, a lot of people love that show. But I love me some Star Wars Rebels. And if you want to bring characters from Clone Wars, I am all for it. So that's great. But what's awesome is the fact that maybe we'll see some of these characters pop up in live action films. Now, a lot of people automatically assume that Ezra and Sabine would, because they're the younger, and they would be in that certain timeline, because it's taken before the original trilogy, before New Hope, after Revenge of the Sith, and it's the prime, right? So Ezra would be older, definitely. Even if we see him in episode 7, I think would he still be around, really? But he'd definitely be older, and Sabine would be older because they're the youngest of the cast. However, that doesn't necessarily mean we would see him. I mean, Kanan is one of the, basically, he's a fan favorite as well. Kanan is very popular, and he's always on the covers of comics. I could see him in the comic books and all that stuff. But don't deny the fact that he might be the first one to pop up. He was trained. We don't know too much of his past. Maybe they're leaving that open to maybe popping up in the future films, because we know they're making anthology films. We know we're having films definitely set after the prequels, maybe set before the prequels also, but we're having films set before the prequels, and then after the prequels and before New Hope, and like Rogue One is. So don't be surprised if we see Freddie Prinze Jr. with this cloak and his lightsaber going at it. Well, he doesn't wear a cloak, so let's just say Freddie Prinze Jr. then. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. I really do like the fact that, hey, we might have some of these characters pop up, and I want it, man. I would love to see Kanan. I would really love to see Ezra, because I think Ezra would mature at this point and talk about, me and Kanan. He was a good friend. Maybe with the beard. I don't know. And I would love to see live action Sabine as well. I love me some Sabine. And I mean, just overall, as much as I like Hera, maybe they'll bring her in. That'd be really cool to see her just like, with the ghost ship. I mean, there's so many possibilities, so many things you could play around. I'm very excited for the new Star Wars film, The Force Awakens. I'm saying this is probably going to be one of the best. But I might call it. I'll put my money down. It probably will be the best. No, I'll probably be one of the best. I don't know anymore. Well, anyway. And all the Rogue One really has me super interested. I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm really looking forward to my PS4 edition of Star Wars, Darth Vader edition, baby. Yeah, Battlefront 3. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And also comment below. I'd love to hear all your thoughts on this. And who's your favorite Rebels character? And who do you want to see in a live adaptation if they ever pop up in one of these films? Also, like the video if you like it. I'll see you guys later. I'm Dan the Man, aka Daniel Sun. And I am out. Bye, guys.